There's practically an endless amount of seeds in Minecraft, and most of the time you play, everything will seem normal. But throughout the years, some players have come across certain seeds with seemingly unnatural anomalies. These are so rare that they've only been recorded a handful of times, and in some cases, only once. So if you're wondering what I consider to be an anomaly, it's something that Mojang never intended to happen in the game, and is abnormal compared to everything else. These anomalies range from strange blocks to broken worlds. Some of these you may have heard of, and others not. So sit back as we delve into some of Minecraft's rarest anomalies. This anomaly was commented by a viewer called ZanzaYTP on my previous video, where they made a comment telling me to cover an anomaly where the end dimension doesn't generate. This sounded interesting, so I went on the bug report to see what this was all about. The bug report was originally posted by a user called DabMK in December of 2023. On the report, DabMK posted 6 seeds that have no end island whatsoever. The only things there are floating obsidian pillars, and even the exit portal is broken. The interesting thing about this anomaly is that it's not in a specific version of Minecraft. These seeds do this exact same thing for as long as the end dimension was added to Minecraft, because the end generation is always the same. That means that if you load one of these seeds in version 1.0, which was released in 2011, the end island will be missing, and this will happen in every version since. These aren't the only seeds that do this though, as many other seeds were added to the list in the comments of the bug report. If you want to try one of these seeds, I've put it up on the screen, and you can use it on any version. Then set an end portal, and you'll see that the end island is missing. So I was wondering why this happened to these seeds, and seeing that there were no answers on the bug report, I went on the famous seed finding server Minecraft at Home to see if anyone there knew anything about it. I asked if anyone had any extra info on this, and one of the admins replied and said that end islands are always randomly generated and can have any amount of endstone. That explains why sometimes you can get a smaller or larger end island. But these seeds are extremely rare in that they happen to not generate any endstone whatsoever. So it's a bit misleading to say that the end islands fail to generate on these seeds because they're generating as intended, but in a very rare way. After I got that info, to my surprise, the actual finder of these seeds replied to my message. It's a very small world. His name is Andrew, and he said that those seeds he found weren't even all of them, as the code was broken and missed many results. I also asked him if he knew the chances of this happening, and he said that he didn't know the exact chance because the code was broken, but it was at least 19 out of 2 to the power of 48, because those 19 seeds had no endstone whatsoever. So that would make the chances at least this number, but he said it's probably a bit higher. Someone else named Batmat also gave me a link to Andrew's list of seeds with low endstone amounts. So if you enter one of these thousands of seeds in, you'll end up on an end island with very little endstone. Take this seed for example, which is a very small and scattered end island. This list of seeds was finalized by Andrew in June of 2023, so he was searching for these seeds a long time before the bug report. After finding all these seeds, Andrew narrowed down the list to the 19 seeds which had no endstone whatsoever. Also, he did say that out of this list of seeds, there are probably more seeds with no endstone, but they were missed because of the broken code. So now it's unclear what Mojang will do about this. They've marked the bug report as high priority, but as this affects such a small number of seeds, they may decide to overlook it. We'll have to see what happens in the coming updates. Ice spikes come in all shapes and sizes. There are short ones and tall ones. The Minecraft wiki says that short ice spikes are about 15 blocks tall, while tall ice spikes can be over 50 blocks tall. But there are rare times when they can be larger than usual. In September of 2023, a Reddit user called YourLocalKnight found a seed with an unnaturally tall ice spike. This ice spike starts at Y level 63 and reaches to a height of Y 178, making it 115 blocks tall. To see this for yourself, you need to go on Minecraft 1.20.4 and type in this seed. Then teleport to these coordinates and you'll find it. The only reason this happened is because of some floating blocks above the ice spike, which forced it to stretch up to the very top. There also happens to be another abnormally tall ice spike right next to it because of the floating blocks. But if you remove the second ice spike, you can see the massive difference between the tall one and all of the rest. It's like a skyscraper. Finding something like this is very uncommon, and there aren't many posts out there about tall ice spikes. The reason for that is there hasn't been a proper search into the tallest ice spike. So this particular one is definitely not the tallest that exists, but it's one of the tallest that were found and reported by a normal player. Seeing as there hasn't been a big search done yet, there's a lot of potential to find bigger ones, and maybe there's even one out there that reaches to the world height limit. Anything is possible. Pig spawners are unobtainable blocks that should never be found in vanilla Minecraft. However, over the years, several players have managed to find some in their worlds. This seemingly impossible anomaly can happen when a dungeon spawner becomes glitched. One instance of this happening was found by a user called DeathSkull on Reddit in August of 2021. In his post, he found 2 dungeons that generated together, and one of the chests spawned at the same spot as a spawner. This reset the spawner's data back to the default, which is a pig spawner. To see this, you need to go on Minecraft 1.16.5 and type in this seed. Then teleport to these coordinates and you'll see it. Sadly, this pig spawner doesn't actually work, even if you place grass and add light, because the game still treats it as a chest. But there are more extreme instances where this has been observed. There have been seeds found, like this one, with 5 pig spawners, which generate in mine shafts. This anomaly went viral a few years ago because it seemed outlandish and shouldn't be possible. But guess who found this anomaly? After doing some research, I was surprised to see that it's our good friend Andrew himself. I even asked Minecraft at Home to clarify whether it's the same Andrew that found the quintuple spawners and the endstone seeds, and it's confirmed that it's the same person. I said this before, but honestly, it's a very small world, so huge shout out to Andrew for finding these things. So anyway, the reason that these quintuple pig spawners happened is because a buried treasure chest generated at the exact same spot as a mineshaft spawner, and when a buried treasure generates, it covers the surrounding area with the block it spawned on. So if it spawns on sand, it covers the surrounding area in sand. But in this case, it generated on a spawner, and it covered the surrounding area with spawners. Since it also reset the data of the spawners as well, they became pig spawners. To see this anomaly for yourself, you need to go on Minecraft 1.16.5 and type in this seed. Then teleport to these coordinates and it's right here. The interesting thing about these spawners is that pigs do spawn. I would say that you could use this as a pig farm, but realistically, no one will ever come across this on their own. In 2021, 2 players called Cortex and Mooing Cow Milk work together to find a seed that will always kill you when you spawn. Many other seeds with spawn kills have been found over the years, such as spawning underground or in other dangerous locations. But what makes this seed unique is that the spawn killing is continuous, meaning that no matter how much you try, you'll always die in this seed. A few years ago, some people took on the challenge of beating this seed, but the only way they were able to do it was by using a glitch in a snapshot of the game that allowed them to get inside this one block hole. But for anyone else who plays this seed normally on 1.16, it's completely impossible to survive. There's nowhere to grab onto, and you can't break any blocks before you're already dead. If you want to try this for yourself, go on Minecraft 1.16 and type in this seed. Then you'll be dead in a matter of seconds. To me, seeds like this are very interesting, as they're so far removed from what Mojang intended for the game. There should be no situation where you continuously die whenever you spawn, yet this seed exists. Also, one of the finders of this seed, Mooing Cow Milk, actually commented in the first Anomalies video, which again, just shows how small of a world it is. Bedrock can only generate on the 4 bottom layers of the world. That means there should be no place in Minecraft where Bedrock spawns above that level. But there is a seed found by a person called Dylan DC14, which has a piece of Bedrock above that level. The reason this particular piece of Bedrock is higher than the rest is because of the same reason as the quintuple pig spawners. A buried treasure chest generated at the very bottom of the world, and it covered itself in Bedrock, which made a piece of Bedrock stick upwards. Usually such an occurrence isn't possible, because buried treasure usually generates on any block near the top of the world. For it to generate like this, it needs to be in a place where there are no blocks covering the bedrock layer, and seeing that there aren't many places in Minecraft worlds with exposed bedrock, it needs very specific conditions for this to happen, which is why this is so rare. This location has a triple ravine next to an ocean, which has an exposed lava pit at bedrock level. This was what allowed the buried treasure to generate down here. To see this for yourself, you need to go on Minecraft 1.16.5 and type in this seed. Then teleport to these coordinates and you can find it. Dylan's YouTube channel will also be linked in the description below, and I recommend checking it out as he has a lot of interesting seed discoveries there. The next anomaly is probably the most famous one. In 2022, there was a huge hunt done by the Discord server Minecraft at Home to find the tallest cactus that could generate in Minecraft. Tall cacti are minor anomalies that you may have even found in your worlds. Many players have reported finding 4 block, 5 block, or even 6 block tall cacti in their worlds. The chances of this happening are very rare, but they can also be much taller than this. During the cactus hunt, code was used to simulate world generation and search through millions of seeds. During this time, many abnormally tall cacti were found. such as the 20 block tall cactus and many other huge cacti. But out of all of them, there are two cacti which are the tallest. The first is a 23 block tall cactus. To see this, you need to go on Minecraft 1.14.4 and type in this seed, then teleport to these coordinates and you'll be here. It's very interesting that this remote location with a small desert managed to generate one of the strangest sights you can naturally see in Minecraft. Most people know this cactus as the tallest one, but there is one other that is slightly taller, that being the 24 block tall cactus. Now this one is much different to the previous because you have to set the world type to a super flat desert. As this one isn't on the default world type, many people prefer to talk about the 23 block tall cactus, but this one is the tallest ever found. To see it for yourself, you need to go on Minecraft 1.14.4 and type in this seed. Then teleport to these coordinates and you'll find it. Theoretically, even taller ones are possible, but the chances of them occurring are too rare and not worth the search. So these two cacti will probably stand as the tallest for a long time to come. This is another famous anomaly that was found by Dylan DC14, the same person who found the piece of bedrock at Y5. Despite the name of this anomaly, it doesn't always guarantee that a nether portal will generate. The reason this can happen is because a ruined portal generated beneath the obsidian room of a woodland mansion, which makes a complete portal frame. When you go there, the lava from the portal starts burning the mansion, and there's a chance that it can ignite the portal. To see this for yourself, you need to go on Minecraft 1.16.4 and type in this seed, then teleport to these coordinates here, and you'll need to wait a couple of minutes and the portal has a chance to ignite on its own. What makes this particular seed even more interesting is that there's also a glitched end portal if you teleport to these coordinates. Dylan found other nether portal seeds as well, but this one's the most interesting because of the glitched end portal. Dylan also said that this is a good seed for adventure mode playthroughs because you can access both the nether and the end without any blocks. Repeating seeds used to be very popular on YouTube from the mid-2010s to 2020. This anomaly would cause entire worlds to repeat themselves, including caves, trees, and all land generation. This anomaly wasn't only limited to the overworld, but the other dimensions as well. There are many seeds that were found with repeating land generation, but if you want to see one for yourself, try this seed on 1.17. Then teleport to -1000 and you'll find an infinite mineshaft. This is a very strange sight, and nearby you can find other repeating caves and lava pools as well. This seed was featured in a video by iCraftMC in October of 2021, but there are many other seeds like this as well. Despite this phenomenon being so well documented, this is still near impossible for anyone to come across naturally. If you want to know more about this anomaly, I recommend watching Ant Venom's videos on repeating seeds, as he can better explain why they happen in the first place. For this anomaly, I'm only going to be talking about naturally generated triple chests, because with commands and world edit, there are many ways to make a triple chest, but finding one in your world is much rarer, and this can't even be found in versions past 1.12. So the way this can happen is if a dungeon chest generates as a double chest, which is already rare, and then a mineshaft chest or another dungeon chest generates right next to it. This anomaly is quite interesting, as this chest has more storage space than a double chest, and its layout is glitched. The most famous triple chest was found all the way back in late 2011 when a Reddit user called LedRaps found it randomly in their world. To see this, you need to go on beta 1.8.1 and type in this seed, then make your way to these coordinates. By the way, there were also many other ways you could make triple chests, such as using the set block command to place a single chest next to a double chest, or using tools like world edit to add a third chest. The interesting thing is that there could potentially even be natural quadruple chests, or even quintuple chests out there, if two or more dungeons spawn together. Seeing as this anomaly is so old, it's mostly faded into obscurity, but it's a cool phenomenon either way. If you'd like to know more about the history of triple chests, then I'd recommend watching Sal's video, as it's a very interesting phenomenon. In March of 2011, a user named Steve Jr. 47 posted to the Minecraft forums claiming to have found the largest pumpkin patch in Minecraft. with 32 pumpkins in one location. From the look of things, however, it seems like these are 2 pumpkin patches that generated together to make this larger one, as they usually don't spawn in this big. To see this for yourself, you need to go on Minecraft Beta 1.3 and type in this seed. Then you need to walk all the way to these coordinates, and it's right here. You can see the pumpkin patch is slightly disconnected because the 2 patches didn't spawn directly on top of each other. This is another anomaly which has never had a large hunt for it, meaning that we're only limited to what normal players have been able to find, rather than using code to simulate world generation and find seeds with massive patches. I've searched all over the internet, but it seems that for now, this patch with 32 pumpkins is the largest one anyone has ever reported. Here's a fun fact, because Minecraft worlds are so big, there are rare anomalies in every world. But since no one can possibly explore their whole Minecraft world, most of these anomalies will never be found. It's pretty interesting to think about that the rarest anomalies are still to be found. And if you have any anomalies you want me to cover in the next video, let me know in the comments. And with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.